Yo, what up, what up? Welcome to another episode of Victory Talk. In this episode, man, I wanted to highlight a young entrepreneur. She's 21 years old. She out here making big moves. She's from Chicago, just like me. And that's why I wanted to bring her on in so she could tell her story, maybe inspire y'all, because I know there's a lot of young people here from similar backgrounds. And I wanted to bring Ariel on. What's going on, man?
Hi, I'm doing really well. I'm just glad to be here.
So you're a 21-year-old business owner. How long you been? When did you start?
So I started my first business when I was 14 years old. I was living in Chicago.
Yeah.
And I wasn't old enough to get a job. So I started so early because I had no other choice because of what I was dealing with at home. I'm like, I need to make some money. I need to find a way to make some money. And it's like the only option was for me to figure out a business to start.
Yeah, well, that's not the only option in Chicago, man. It's like, man.
It's so crazy. That was the only legal option.
Yeah.
If it was even legal to be working that young.
I don't know if it is, man. So what did you do?
So I started.
This is good you ask this because a lot of times some young people will ask me, yo, I'm 14, I'm 15, yeah, how can I get some money? I'm like,
right.
Motherfucker, you don't, right? But you figured out, what did you do? So maybe that can inspire something.
So I started doing hair. So my sister used to like make wigs and stuff and I would help her. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try and make a wig. And I just taught myself like a little bit better how to make the wigs. And I'm like, okay, I know how. So I posted on Facebook like, who want wigs made? $90, $100. Who want wigs made? Clients, like look for clients. And so it started off like that. And then I started doing like my first sew-in. And I was just literally practicing something and then instantly like posting it on the internet, asking somebody to pay me to do it for them.
Oh, okay. So you post, your first clients was off like Facebook, like your family, your friends.
Yeah, but I was like practicing on the mannequin heads before I even had clients. So I would post the mannequin heads.
Oh yeah.
And then like my little sister, she was like 4 years old. I practiced some French braids on her and I post that. Like and then I do it on myself and post myself.
And you got clients off that?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't crazy. I didn't blow up, but
that was your first.
Yeah, it was coming in.
All right. Now, what was the first like? I know that probably got you your start, let you know that it was possible. What was your first like business like venture that actually started making you some real money?
Hair started making me the most money at the time when I was like 16 and 17 years old. So I really stuck to it. And by the time I was 16, that's when I started seeing $10,000 months, 6-figure years. And then by 17, when COVID came, my income doubled to multiple 6 figures. So I was still in the hair industry.
Doing hair? Like what were you doing here? You was like just doing people's hairs or what?
I was doing wig installs.
Wig what?
Wig installs.
Oh, installs.
But that was by the time I was the age when I started off when I was 14 and stuff. I was doing box braids. I was doing whatever possible. I was doing whatever somebody's gonna pay me for.
Yeah.
But I doubled down by the time like a couple years passed.
When COVID started.
Yeah.
Got it. And then what do you do now?
Now I do business coaching and digital marketing online. So basically, my entrepreneurship journey has made people not only pay attention to what I was doing, but how I was doing it. And so a demand came about for people to want to learn from me.
Yeah.
How do you market like this on social media? How do you do this? How do you do that? So it's like, okay, sounds like I got to start teaching. So I started teaching people how to scale their businesses online. And some people don't know how to make content. They don't know how to market. They don't even know how to form their business, build the foundation. So I help with things like that. And then also I sell wholesale vendors. So if someone wants to start a clothing business, they want to start a hair business, I go straight to China. I go straight to Vietnam.
Oh, word.
And I source the suppliers in person, test it, and then I sell it to people on social media.
How's that work for you with the tariffs and shit?
The tariffs. So I luckily the suppliers that I use have U.S. locations as well. So they would just ship out of their U.S. factory to where they avoid the tariff fees right now. So a lot of people did get worried, but it worked in my favor. The tariff fees worked in my favor because I'm like, well, I'm one of the only people who got a U.S.-based supplier who have U.S. locations they can ship from.
So that's what's up. So you're not even though you coach businesses, you coach people, you still running your business as well.
Yeah.
That's what's up. What are some of the, you said you help people with social media and a number of things. Give us some tips like the young entrepreneurs, right? You know, because I'm 42, right? So I don't know what it's like to be in their early 20s, man. What would you say to somebody who's watching this with like 20? What were some tips you give them?
I really feel like it's not even an age on it, because it's like, no matter how old you are, some people might be in the same position. I feel like do not wait for something to be perfect. People want to wait until everything seems perfect to start. No, you start and then you make it perfect. Overall, it's never going to be perfect, right? You get better by experience. You learn through trial and error. And some people do not understand that. I think that they're in their imagination so much that they're imagining something in some form of perfection that don't exist. If you're going to get into entrepreneurship, you have to understand it's going to be ups and downs. No, you're not going to blow up on the first day. You're not going to blow up on the first night. You might not blow up on the first month or the first year. But most likely you'll make enough money to get back month to month and have your bills paid. So that should be enough for you to stick to it and keep going. But yeah, I think people expect it to come easy. It's not easy. No matter if it look easy today to this person that you look up to, that person is not easy, and it was never easy, and it's still not easy.
Yeah.
You just gotta fall in love with it.
Yo, there's always some struggles that everyone go through.
Yeah, like it's not like.
What are some of the struggles you had to go through?
Like some of the struggles I had to go through. It's real. I don't know if I should consider it a lot or not, but one thing that I struggle with is when it came to dealing with people. I didn't realize that I was not only signing up for teaching people, but I was signing up for dealing with other people's emotions as well.
You say people. What people are you talking about? Employees? You talking about vendors?
Employees. Customers.
Yeah.
So it's like me helping people start or scale their businesses. It's more so a mindset thing rather than a physical thing, because I've noticed that I can teach you everything I know. I can give you the blueprint, but if you don't do nothing with it, then what are we doing? But then they have the ability to blame you for not working, because it's like, oh, I put my problems in your hands, right? But I still didn't fix my discipline issue, my self-control issue, my dedication. But at least now I got somebody to blame.
Yeah, no, straight up. That's some real shit. Because I started off as a personal trainer. Like I started like.
So if they pay you to train them, and now they didn't go home and eat right, but they're gonna blame you. They're gonna say you're not a good trainer.
It ain't working. I'm like, nigga,
you not working.
Yeah.
Is the teacher not working, or you not working? That's a prime example. They can pay you to be their personal trainer. They can come to the gym every day, but if they don't go home and eat right, they're not gonna see results. But since they finally paid somebody, it's your
yeah, no, that's a big fact, man. That sometimes people just looking for a scapegoat, or they want it, but they might not want it the way they think they want it. They might not want it as bad as they,
or they might not know they're not buying you. They're not buying your body.
Yeah.
They're not buying your discipline. Yeah. They're not buying your ambition.
They think it's just gonna rub off, but they got it.
No, you're buying the ingredients. You're buying the instructions. You're buying the knowledge and the education. So I in today's time, I struggle with how to navigate through that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, this is about to be a long journey.
Yeah.
This is about to be a long journey. So how to deal with situations like that. I deal with them, but it's like, I know in entrepreneurship, you got to know that it's not going to end. It's never going to stop. So how are you going to handle these situations when that happens? So yeah, that's one of the things. And what's another one?
What are some things you had to change about yourself, right? Because you said people, they got to change their discipline. Like what is things you had to change to become successful at such a young age?
First, to become successful at a young age, I had to change my environment. So as you know, I grew up on the south side of Chicago. I used to live on 71st and King Drive. I actually was house to house every single year. Every year we got evicted. So I lived on the east side. I lived on 78th and Coles, 79th and Paulina. I lived on 71st and King Drive. I'm going here. So when I was 17, I'm like, first off, I'm tired of being everywhere. And second off, this is not how I want to live. It wasn't the best houses. It was 10 of us in 2-bedroom. I'm like, this is not how I want to live. So once I got myself together with doing hair at the time, first thing I did in my first apartment, I moved downtown into a condo, a high-rise building.
Smart.
Like,
yeah.
I didn't even know anything. I didn't even know that condos were a thing. I just used to think the skyline downtown was just for show.
Yeah, like you just office building.
Yeah, I didn't know people lived there.
That too.
I didn't know people lived there until one time I went. I'm like, to somebody else, like, you live here? This is like, what? You on a condo?
Yeah.
So my first apartment during COVID, I caught a high-rise apartment on the 16th floor downtown River North for $1,500 a month.
Okay.
That was great for downtown. So yeah, first thing, changed my environment. Then also changed the people who I was around, because I noticed that the people, as I was elevating, the people who I were hanging around started to act different.
In what way?
Like in a jealous and envious way, especially being a female. And it came from men and women. So it would be like, I think that some people like to see you in a certain position. They don't want to see you grow. Yeah. And they don't want to see you grow more than them.
They definitely don't want to see you.
Yeah, especially knowing that you're around each other. Like we hang every day. We do the same type of stuff. But I'm still here, and you growing, you going up, and I'm still right here. They like, what about me? Do something. Yeah. Like, do something. If you don't do nothing, you're not gonna get nothing. So I had to change the type of people who I hung around, because it would always be like, people acting weird, people starting to sneak diss me and spread rumors about me, or some people will really hate the way other people love you. So they would like try to sabotage my name a lot of times, because they see like how people show me love, and I guess just that spirit in them would be like,
damn. Was that difficult for you?
I get hated on all my life.
Yeah.
So when did it happen? I'd be like, I know exactly what's happening. I know what this is. I've seen it before. Yeah. And it's like,
so you had to make like new friends, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that like?
Amazing.
Yeah, it was better, right?
Yeah.
How do you go about that? Because sometimes people, they hit me up and they ask, yo, how do I go about meeting different kind of people? I want to elevate my social circle.
You got to go to the right places. Don't expect to meet someone to elevate your social circle at the club. Yeah. Or at a house party, at a bar even. Yeah. Right? Like, you want to meet people at the gym. Yeah. You want to meet people at networking events. You want to meet people at car dealerships. Like, you want to meet people, like, I don't know, searching for real estate. Like, in the place, like, the type of friends you want to have, with the type of habits that you want to have, go to those places and you're going to meet like-minded people.
Man, it's funny, man. I'm super glad to hear you say that, especially at a young age, because my nephew, he's still in Chicago, right? He's still on the South Side. And I helped him, it was like during COVID, I helped him start a business, and he made like over $1 million, right? And I was super excited for him, right? And he's in his 20s. But he stayed on the South Side.
He didn't leave.
So like his homies is getting shot and robbed and like real shit.
Why would you leave?
And then he bought all this fucking jewelry and shit, like bust down watches.
They finna want to see. You think that these people want to see you with the bust down watches, with the cars, with the money, and they can't. They're not getting that. Yeah. They're not gonna be genuinely happy for you. We don't see that in Chicago. Nah. It's not there.
It's not like in Miami. And even still, like nothing like that ever happened to him. Like I would be scared though. Like when he was walking around with like fuck it,
it's not safe. You become a target because the people around you are not living like that. They're not dressing like that. They're not. No.
And I tried to get him to come out here. Right. I tried to get him out. I brought him out here for a month, and I put him in a place, and he went back to the South Side. And he only lost all his money. Like he broke again
because he didn't get from around those people that he grew up with. He didn't get from around those people with that stagnant mindset. Yeah. So you're growing. You were supposed to move around. You weren't supposed to stay there. But you
told him to come out here with me. Right now he can stay with me. Right. But like I tell you, I got him a place downtown, like for the summer, and I was like, yo, stay here, and then like, get your shit together, and then get Now he went back to Chicago, man. He broke, man. Had to.
Cause it's like you don't even see better out there. Like I love my city, don't get me wrong, but it's like, come on, okay, if you at this level, like you need to see people doing better than you. You need to see people with better houses than you. You need to see people with better cars than you. You need to hear and see people making way more money than you.
Exactly.
If you making the most money in your friend group, you making the most money in your neighborhood, you making the most money in your city, you in the wrong city, wrong neighborhood, wrong
that city, you gonna be you a target.
Exactly. Like me and my friend, we were talking. She was like, "Man, yeah, I just moved in this new building. I got a really, really good." I'm like, "I got a really, really good price." She was like, "I make like 30." She was like, "I make like 30,000 a month." She was like, "I think I'm the poorest person in my building."
Yeah.
She was like, "I think I'm the poorest person," and it's just so funny because she's doing really well for herself. But it's just like when you get in that room, when you get in that location, when you get in that environment,
That's a fact.
it's like you think you're doing all of this, but no. What is people making $300 million a month?
Yeah.
300,000 a month. So it was just so funny because it's like she wasn't downplaying herself, but it's like
It makes stuff again.
yeah, we know what it's like. Like, yeah, okay, I'm making 30,000 a month. I might be the poorest person here.
Yeah. And it's fucked up being it's fucked up being your richest friend. Like I remember like a long time ago, like I felt that way. And because there was nobody you can ask for advice.
Bingo.
You know what I'm saying?
Bingo.
Like if you the big dog, then it's like fuck.
It's like, who am I gonna talk to? Me and my friends, we're all in different states and cities. So it's like when we find each other, it's like a gym. Because we get to talk about our business. We get to talk about our webinars, our funnels. Like, is this working for you?
Yeah.
What's your conversion like? And they're like, "Dang, man, I ain't got nobody else to talk to this stuff about."
You still why you stay in Chicago?
Huh?
Why you stay in Chicago? Why would you like I only go back.
I left Chicago.
I love Chicago too.
I left Chicago.
Oh, you left Chicago.
I live in Miami now.
Oh, okay. Small move. Yeah. I got the fuck out. I went to college in DC and then I would only go back to visit in holidays and I was like,
yeah, that's it. Now I can say in 2022 I left when I was 18, but I was still doing hair. And I came down here.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need more money.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not making enough money. I'm like, in order to live in Miami, you need to be making digital income. You need to be having passive income. Like, you need to be having the money flowing. I can't come down here and go look for clients to do hair all day. It's like I'm starting back at square one. And these people are crazy rich.
Yeah.
So I turned around, went back to Chicago.
Oh, word.
Made more money. Started my digital income journey. Came back.
That's what's up.
Popping it.
Nice. Okay, how long you been living in Miami?
A year.
A year?
Uh-huh.
What's the main difference? He was asking me, what's the main difference in your opinion between Chicago and Miami?
I feel like, first off, I feel like Miami is safer for people doing well for themselves.
Yeah, it's definitely, I feel that way.
Yeah, the gun violence is still crazy in Chicago. I mean, I still got Chicago Facebook on my, every day somebody shot, every day somebody killed, literally.
It's like about to be summer, you know that.
Yeah, every time it's about to be summer, everybody gets scared. They like, listen, same thing every year. And then the people are way more, in my opinion, people are way more social here in Miami. In Chicago, people are not that social. Chicago got a dark cloud over it. I'm not surprised. It's a dark cloud over Chicago. People are angry. People are like, you know, everybody going through something. That's what it felt like. It felt like everybody going through something. Everybody resents something. Everybody mad. Everybody done lost somebody. I done lost people. It's just like, it's not that much of a friendly, happy place all the time.
Yeah.
Unless the sun come out one day, and now we're like, oh my God, the sun out, y'all feel good. Let's go to the lake, like, you know.
Yeah, nah. When I go back to Chicago, I don't go to the south side. Like I've been trying to get my sister to move because I moved my mom out a long time ago. Like, and I've tried to get my sister to move, but if she want to kick it, you got to come with me.
Yeah, it takes a lot to pull somebody out of the city.
Yeah,
but it's just a comfort zone. Like, people don't want to leave their comfort zone. People don't want to leave what they're used to. So I mean, like, I still got family in Chicago. I'm trying to, hello, come
my sister and why are they the last ones? Everybody.
Yeah, so I'm trying to pull them out, and it's like you fighting with their mindset at this point, because you know that Miami is better, or you know that this other state is better.
That's what's up. So listen, you actually been helping other people accomplish some of the same stuff you.
Yeah, so that's really what my role is now, to help other people accomplish the things I've accomplished or more. And like, I've come to realization that the goal really is to duplicate another me, like to create another me. And some people will only teach you just enough to not be better than them.
Yeah.
But I feel like a real leader, a real mentor is someone who's willing to go towards duplicating another them.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So what are some of the, let's say you were coaching somebody,
Yeah.
right? What are some of the, what are some pieces of advice you give them? Or not advice, what are like 5 things someone needs to do, right, to get started, to start moving towards the path?
To get started, to start, like get their business from scratch, or if they already
let's say this motherfucker, he just started. He's just trying, he's trying to figure it out.
Well, I think they first need to work in their social media presence, right? Okay. Because people need to understand that your social media presence is like your first impression. It lets people know if they want to see what you're about, if they raise questions, if you make them curious, like, oh, okay, he said he do this, let me see. And it's like if you got a bunch of unintentional, blurry pictures on your page, no professional pictures, or your videos still look like it's 3-4 years ago. Like, the content is so elevated right now. It's so elevated. I'm not saying you gotta have the most craziest edited video, but it has to at least be good quality.
Yeah.
Like,
what makes a good quality video?
A good quality is literally 4K camera, good lighting, or the iPhone with some good lighting, good angles, not shaky. Like, you have to really make it look good. So your social media presence, the quality of your content, and then being intentional. People think it's just, picking up a phone, because you have to market your business, right? You have to market your business, but it's not just picking up your phone, recording a random video. Like, no one's going to care. Yeah. Literally, no one's going to care. So you have to be intentional with the content that you put out, with everything you do, and then building the foundation correctly. Some people don't even know their why. They don't even know their purpose. Their only purpose is to make some money. And if your only purpose is to make some money, no, that's not going to go far. And then understand that marketing is everything. It's not about the best product, it's about the best promoted.
That's a fact.
So you be mad because somebody's stuff not better than yours and they make more money than you, doing more better than you. It's because of how they doing it. Right? It's because the way they promote themselves. You can't be mad. You sitting over here entitled, thinking that everybody supposed to know your stuff is this good, and you don't market it correctly or promote it correctly. So marketing is everything in business.
How'd you learn it?
I learned it like, it really tied into, I used to dance in Chicago. I used to do hip hop, like the Bud Billiken Parade every year. I did Bud Billiken Parade 5 times. So on a dance team.
Yeah, when she said dance, man, in Miami, that means something.
Sorry, Miami, that means something. But no, real dancing. So when I was on a dance team, it was like competition. So we had to be better than the other teams, whether it was what we were wearing, how we presented ourselves, how we were performing, the dance we were doing. So I always had that competitive energy to do everything better than anybody else in my industry or anybody else around me. So it's just like I already had the competitive energy. So the way that I put my content out there, I always think of the best, something that everybody else is not doing. How can this be unique? Like, what's going to make somebody choose me over the next person? And then my dance coach, he passed away, rest in peace to him. He put me on he put the whole team in a party. He turned us into party promoters. He made a party promoter group out of the people on the dance team. So, we were young, so we're just doing whatever. So we would have to promote the parties at the same times every single day. Like every day at 5 o'clock, it'd be like 30 of us. Like, okay, y'all, flood the timeline at 5 o'clock. Post the flyer 6 times. Go comment on everybody post you see on Facebook. Go post a picture and put the party in your caption. So like, we will drown Facebook and we will pack out the parties too. But it was like we had like methods and strategies to flood and promote and market. So it'd be somebody like, I'm bored, making a status, and I go comment under their status like, oh, you bored? Ain't no way to be bored if we got this party tonight. Make sure we show up. So we were guerrilla marketing. So the same energy, I just applied it to my business because it was like already instilled in me. So it was like a little weird way of me learning. But I feel like you should use what you know in other areas and apply it to your business.
Do you help any kind of person who's trying to build a business, or is there a specific type of person or business you're looking for?
No,
They work.
it's pretty general. I feel like all businesses run off of systems and marketing. So the methods that I do teach is pretty general for it to fit in any category for the most part.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How many people have you helped so far?
I got 50 mentees right now.
That's what's up, Congratulations.
Thank you. And like every round that I do, I usually have like 30, 40 mentees. But this is my higher ticket. My mentorship right now is like the most that I've charged. And they're living it.
Yeah.
And it was more people.
Really?
Yeah, so I feel like it's more value when you really like charge you're supposed to charge.
Yeah. Now there's a lot of people scared to charge, really charge anything, right? But charge it they're supposed to charge. Is that something you struggle with?
I never struggle with that, but I make sure I teach it.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, you need to pay yourself.
Yeah.
Like time is money. Value your time where people won't value you. Like people value stuff more when they pay for it.
Yeah, the more you pay,
Yeah, if you give them something free, they ain't gonna take care of it. Even if it's something really good, they're not gonna care for it because it was free.
That's a fact.
People pay, they take it more serious.
How do you teach people to get over that? Because I get that with some of the people I work with too, but how do you get them
I be just preaching.
You just told me.
Be like, I'm gonna press it like, listen. Like I just be pressing it.
Yeah. Like what I always tell people is that like, price is it's illusion, it's like it's not even real. It's just really what someone is willing to pay for something.
Yeah, and then everybody is not broke.
That's a fact.
Like, why would you sell a $100 product to $1,000 client? They came ready to spend $1,000, but your stuff so cheap.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that's it. All right, I got an extra $900 today.
Yeah. Or it'd be like, yo, this shit ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this must not. Like, I want the best. I want the best. I want the best. I don't want the regular shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, this. Yeah. Then you should have positioned like it's at McDonald's or something.
Exactly. Right. Okay. Now they think of it as fast food versus quality food.
So like even if they do.
Why is the burger's $1? This can't be real food.
Word.
Ain't no way this is real meat.
Word. Yeah. If it's too cheap, like people get actually skeptical. Like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, unless you want to attract cheap clients. And they give you cheap behavior.
Yo, the people who pay the least are the
most stressful. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the people who pay the most they're usually calmer. You know what I'm saying about it? Because it wasn't a big percentage.
The people who basically, the people who pay more, they're less problematic and they take it more serious and they value it more. People who spend their last, some people who spend their last, they will literally treat you like they spent their last. Like when people spend their last with you, they would give you a problem because they generally just want their money back because they ain't got no more money.
You know what? Yo, that's a fact. That's a fact. But sometimes I remember there was this one dude who I didn't notice till later. He didn't tell me, but when he paid for coaching with me, this was like a long time ago, like 5 years ago, and he told me that it was like his last money. Like he had to fast for like a few days because he had like food money. But he worked super hard.
Right, I love the people who will spend their last and then work hard.
Yeah,
if you're gonna spend your last, you need to be the hungriest ever, you need to execute. Don't even go to sleep.
Yeah. You don't
even need to be sleeping. You need to be like really maximizing your investment, making your money back and making it make sense. Don't spend your last if you're still not ready to take it serious. Because if you spend your last and you're not ready to challenge your discipline and challenge yourself, it don't matter. And don't come blaming me.
Yeah.
Don't blame me.
It's really... That's usually the hardest part, like it's getting people to implement. So sometimes you get some people who just like really, really want it. And those are the people who they're coachable. And if your shit is good, right, what you're teaching is good, you'll get the most results, right? But everybody who doesn't get results, it depends on I'm sure there is some bullshit out there, but if your shit is even decent and somebody goes all out, they should get some kind of
I always say, what you put in is what you get out, right? So it's like you got to do the work.
Yeah.
If you don't do nothing, you're not gonna get nothing. So it don't matter how many YouTube videos you watch, how much information you consume, how many mentorships you pay for.
Yeah.
If you don't do what they're telling you to do, you're not going to get what you want to get.
Or, you know, it's also, what you said is 100% true, but it's also the mindset you approach it with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, for example, I remember it was a while ago, and I paid like 25 grand, right, to spend the weekend with the real Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
The dude from the real dude. You know what I'm saying? And we was going to work on sales. He was going to go over our sales scripts and stuff. And there was another dude there. And he felt like, man, I felt like we got, at the end, he felt like, oh, we kind of got ripped off. We can get 25K worth of value. And to his point, the wolf did not give us the wolf didn't give us everything he said he was going to give us. Right? Straight up. I ain't even gonna lie.
Okay.
I can't. But however, I approach the shit like, no, I'm gonna get 25. I'm gonna get at least 25.
Do whatever I need to do to make sure that this was worth it.
I'm gonna make sure I get at least 25K out of value, because it's 25K in 2 days, right? That is asking a lot, right? But it's like, no, I'm gonna make sure I get it. Yeah. So I didn't feel like I got ripped off. I felt like I got what I needed.
Work to do, and I'm gonna do the trust. I got my money back,
right? But this other dude, he was complaining, man.
He wasn't really doing nothing for real.
Yeah, I don't really know what his work ethic was like, but I just know he went into it like, man, I want to see if this is worth it. I'm gonna make sure it's worth it.
Yeah, you make
you know what I'm saying?
One who makes it worth it. Like, yeah, like it's gonna be valuable. It should be good. Yeah. But you're the one who's gonna make sure it's worth it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna make sure
it's not gonna be worth it if all you did was go read the information and like, okay.
Yeah, and then it's also what's worth it, right? Like, because some people, like, you got an AP, I got AP. Some people will say that it ain't worth it. Like, you can tell time on the phone. So it's also like, it's some of it is subjective as well.
Yeah, it's how you do it, because it's gonna be worth it to a person who uses it for networking, conversation starters, and meeting great people. Yeah. But for someone who don't know how to use it to market and network, they're gonna feel like it's not worth it.
Or or if you just like the shit, right? Like, you can spend the money on.
You don't see the value, right?
It's all good, you know. That's what's up, man. Well, what's some advice you would give, just in closing? What's some advice you would give to, like, the young entrepreneurs trying to really make it, you know, especially if they come from environments like we come from, this shit, you know?
I mean, I always say, like, you just got to have massive activity, right? You have to have massive activity. Every single day, you should be consumed with doing something to be better, whether it's your fitness, whether it's your financial, whether it's your business goals. Like, we got 24 hours in a day, right? You should be using all of your time for something beneficial. So therefore, you have to take away things that don't matter. Gossiping, endless scrolling, binge watching TV, wasting time, literally wasting time. Now you're bed rotting. You're in the bed all day, and somebody else just worked out. They just came with a business plan. They made content and posted it. They made $3,000. Now they like, do you know what you can do with time? So I think my advice would be to value your time more and make a plan. Some people don't have a plan. You can't just wing it.
Yeah, you gotta really time. And time is Bruce Lee said, if you love life, don't waste time.
Exactly.
Time is what life is made of.
Yep. All right. So I feel like that'd be really the thing. Like, then find your purpose. Yeah. Find your purpose, value your time, and have massive activity.
That's what's Where can they get in touch with you?
They can get in touch with me. My Facebook is Ariel Pryor, Ariel Pryor. Instagram, The Ariel Pryor, TheAriel Pryor. YouTube, same thing, The Ariel Pryor.
For sure. We'll make sure we put it on the screen.
Yeah, and TikTok, The Ariel Pryor. Make sure it's the right TikTok. It's fake TikToks, it's fake Facebooks. They making all type of there. I'm not texting y'all saying all that crazy stuff they saying, and I'm not.
You ain't that ain't you asking for the Bitcoin?
Yeah, somebody talking about that.
Ain't you asking for the crypto?
That's not me asking for crypto. It's not me asking for Bitcoin. And no, we're not getting married tomorrow. I don't know who you were texting, but it wasn't me. No. That's
a fact. It wasn't her, homie.
That was not me. Somebody talking about what? Dude, we're not in a relationship. I went laugh. He talking about you acting funny on here. I'm finna text you. Text me back. I don't know who you texting, but it's not.
You got catfish.
He's talking about you on here acting brand new. I'm like, I don't know you. He like, oh, no, you don't know me.
Damn, that's wild. I wish I could knew more about that story, man.
Listen, I gotta.
For sure, man.
I gotta give my update. I get update.
That's what's up. Well, thank you so much, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with her, and I'll holler at y'all. Peace.